What's going on, everybody? Alright, so I was sitting here working on a leather project here, finishing up my last Mora sheath. And when I'm working on my leather projects, that's when I really watch a lot of YouTube and everything else, try to get caught up on everybody's videos and everything. And I was watching a video from a gentleman by the name of Fixed by Doc. And in that video, Doc was showing some sheaths and everything else that he's made. And these were sheaths that he's made out of scrap pieces of leather, you know, that he's purchased from Hobby Lobby and everything else. And first of all, I'd like to just say, Doc, you did a good job on those sheaths, man. When it comes to making sheaths out of scrap pieces of leather, that can definitely be difficult, and you did a real good job with what you had, and I think it's great. Those things are going to function like an absolute beast. Now, it kind of sparked a topic that I've had in my head for a while now that I've been wanting to address, and that was simply because Doc Host was talking about places where he had rivets and other parts where he had sinew. Now, the reason I wanted to bring up those two things is a lot of people are under the impression that a rivet is actually stronger than thread or sinew. And I'm here to tell you that that is absolutely a myth. That is not true. And I am going to show you exactly why that is a myth and not true. Okay, in Doc's video, at no point did he actually say anything about a rivet being stronger than sinew or being stronger than thread. This was just, it kind of sparked this thing that I had going on in my head that I've been wanting to address for a while now. And a lot of people actually prefer the looks of rivets over thread. And if that's the case, then, you know, by all means, use rivets. I mean, to each their own. I mean, it's a lot of personal preference. And if you like the looks of rivets, then by God, use rivets. But here is what I was wanting to show everybody. So what I've done is I've taken a couple scrap pieces of leather and I have riveted them together. Okay. Now I've also taken a scrap piece of leather and stitched those two ends. You see that they're about the same size and roughly take up the same surface area. So what we're going to do is I'm going to attempt to rip these two pieces of leather apart and the rivet. Okay, very strong. It did not break apart, but I want to show you this. See how it distorted that rivet? And it's completely trashed it on that side. Now obviously this is not going to be something that's going to be happening in your sheath or anything else, but I just kind of wanted to show you guys what would happen if you did that. A lot of times you can actually get these to actually rip apart, but this one's actually wanting to hold pretty good. So but anyway, you can see how it trashed the rivet. Okay, now let's try the exact same thing with the thread. And you can see it held like a champ. I mean, you are not going to break that no matter how hard you try. It does not distort it in any way, shape, or form. Now, if you like the looks of rivets over thread, then do yourself a favor. Go to a Chicago screw. You get all the looks and the wow factor of that nickel plating, and you get all the strength of those two things combined. Again, I'm not even going to sit here and do that because you'll never in a million years rip that Chicago screw out of there. Alright guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope that this has also showed you guys or given you an idea of just how strong these three items are. and who's stronger than who and who's not stronger than who. As you can see, I could not physically pull any of them apart, but I actually have ripped the rivets apart in the past. I have never been able to rip the stitching or a Chicago screw apart. I hope you guys have been enjoying the leather video series. Just to give you an update, I am going to be doing another how-to video on a upcoming sheath, and what we're going to do is we are going to go through how to build a sheath for the Laplander saw. So we'll go through that step by step, so that way everybody at home can try it for themselves. If you're curious as to what the Laplander sheath is going to look like, take a look at this. Okay, so that's the Laplander sheath, and like I said, we're going to do that in an upcoming series. So until then, you guys, as always, have a good one.